Hello everybody, we are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with the highest good. Alright, starting off with the Two of Swords. Okay. There's something that's going to need to be done or decided upon, but I'm seeing it like not be time to do this yet. It kind of feels like a decision that's going to be upcoming, but you're not at that point where you are making it yet. But you know that we're going in that direction. But there are other things that still need to fall into place. It's contingent upon the work that you're doing is what I'm seeing. Looks like you're taking things in stride. I feel like this is something that's psyching you out, but you're not at the point where it's like really something that you need to focus on. But what's also going on here? Right now you're in the middle of a process, but I'm seeing there be a little bit of a challenge mentally for you. Something that you're still wrapping your head around. It may be something that you just feel a bit caught up with mentally. It's about what's going on right now for you. Like what you've been currently investing in. I feel like you're jumping the gun with something here, you know? It's like not time to focus on something, but you may be focusing on it, but it has to do with something that's in the future, and you may be trying to figure out like what you're going to do, but you're not at that point yet, and so you also don't have that information yet, and you haven't seen something fully come to fruition. I'm also seeing your guides be like, you're literally in the middle of a process right now, give this time. It's like something is half-baked currently. So don't get too ahead of yourself. It's a feeling that you have about what you're working on, but again, I'm seeing you like psych yourself out. It's like you're judging something, but it's not time to even be making an evaluation, but already you're trying to do it. But I'm seeing it be too early for you to be doing this. It's like there's a race that's happening, and you're in the first mile and there are like 10 more miles to go, and you're trying to judge like who's going to win, and it's like just the first mile of something. Although I'm seeing this is actually something you've been working on for much longer than that, but what I'm getting is that it's like way too early to judge like an outcome or something that's going to be happening for you to be able to even like have these feelings yet about it. It's something where like maybe something that you're working on is going to be really big, but you haven't seen the results of it yet, and you're like, wow, well, because it hasn't like gotten to this marker yet, is all of this a waste? It's something like that, but I'm seeing it be like unnecessary and really inaccurate if you're going to judge it at this point. So I'm seeing your guides just tell you to sort of take your mind elsewhere, because it seems way too soon to be making this call. But you may feel some pressure for some reason to like decide something. But I'm seeing it just be too soon. Yeah, no, listen, just trust your gut. Trust your gut, listen to yourself. You're like questioning, is it me? Like, am I... It's like you're wondering if you're right or not to be following your intuition here. Like, did I get that message clearly? Yes, you did. I don't know why you're questioning this now. It's really not necessary. I feel like this is your guides just giving you a pep talk here and being like, continue what you're doing. I don't know why you're stopping to judge it. There's no reason to be doing that now. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Keep doing what you've been doing. It's like you took a breath or a pause to look around and then got worried, but it's very unnecessary. Because I'm seeing you've just really been, whatever it is that you've been tapped into, it's not whatever it is. This connection that you've been tapped into with your higher self, I'm seeing it give you like pristine direction and guidance. So just continue to follow it. You're not doing anything wrong. I'm seeing your guides be like, you're on the right track. Continue doing what you're doing. You don't need to question yourself. But yeah, there's something here where you're like, am I making this up? Is my intuition really right? Yes, it's right. You don't need to question yourself here. You got this. Yeah, this is definitely just encouragement from your guides for you to keep doing what you're doing. I feel like you're creating an obstacle that like isn't there, but you making your mind do this, it's like manifesting an obstacle, but it's like all coming from you. And it's something that you're doing mentally, where your guides are like, you haven't even seen like anywhere close to the result. Like we're not at that point yet where you can start like analyzing this and judging it. So it's like these made up results that you have in your head that like haven't even manifested is how I'm seeing this be. The ironic thing is that you're actually doing exactly what you're supposed to and you're right on track. This just mental thing that's happening right now is unnecessary, but it's completely self-imposed. So you can redact this at this point. It's like to pull yourself back from it, to pull your mind back from this. Like you don't need to send it in that direction. I'm seeing you be very clear on things going on. It's just when you get to this spot where you start overthinking things, it begins creating issues. It begins, yeah, creating and making up issues that like aren't actually there. But then you convince yourself that they are. And then they manifest because of that. So just pull it back. Yeah. There's something that is not the time to be deciding. It's not the time to be choosing. It's not the time to be able to look at something and be like this way or that way. Just keep doing what you're doing right now. I feel like you're trying to make a decision or come to a conclusion way too early at this point. You just need to keep going. Because the changes are happening, but it's like in the process. And you have not seen... Something really huge is happening here, but you haven't seen the result of that yet. So you're just meant to keep working through this. You haven't seen the result enough to be able to judge like what's even happening here. So you're just meant to be patient because you're literally in the middle of a process that is happening. And it's too soon for you to be making a judgment about this. So your guides are just saying, like, take heart and be patient as you move through and just keep doing what you're doing. Minus this little mission that you keep sending your mind on that it doesn't need to go on. Because you can use that energy to continue maneuvering through this and push through. It may feel like a bit unstable for you because the ground is kind of moving. And so you're trying to maintain your balance, but that's like really all you need to do is just maintain your balance here. You don't need to decide anything. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to choose anything. You just keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward. This is leading to another open door for you. But it's not at that point yet. Something has to fully come into effect before that happens. And you're in the process of sort of like waiting for that to materialize. It's like you still have a ways to go before you get to this open door, is what I'm seeing. But it's there and it's waiting for you. So you just need to let go of this thing that you're putting yourself through mentally, because it's unnecessary. I mean, if you don't want to let this go and you want to struggle through this, then that's just also going to be integrated into the process. It may be feeling more difficult and more of a struggle, but that doesn't mean you're not still going to get to the end. But I'm just seeing it be unnecessary for you to be worrying about things. Or like, how's this going to be? How's that going to be? But in a way that doesn't feel pleasant for you. And your guides are like, you can let go of this. You just need to trust the process here. Because I'm seeing you're focusing on things mentally that are unnecessary for you, that's creating static. So it's about being mindful of these moments when it happens and redirecting the energy. Because I'm seeing definitely the overthinking being like a quality of your shadow. Being like, maybe we should focus on that thing. What about this thing over here? Like, shouldn't you be worried about that? It's stuff like this, but you're really right on track. There's nothing for you to... Your guides will always bring things to your attention when it's time. You don't need to go searching for things here. Like, what could go wrong here? What could go wrong there? Yeah, all you need to do is just trust that you're exactly in the right spot. If you needed a course correction, it would be coming up here. You do not need a course correction. You just need to keep doing what you're doing. So again, I'm seeing your guides be like, just relax and keep moving through this and do what you need to do to ground so you can keep following the guidance as you've been doing perfectly. There's no issue. There's no issue. There's no mismatched energy or messages or anything like that. I'm seeing you be right on track. There's nothing that you need to be worrying about. You've been getting the messages clearly. You've been following the steps that need to be taken. You're in the midst of a process. Allow yourself to move through it. And let go of any thoughts that you feel like are bringing you down. Just release them. And don't be sending your energy that way in these unnecessary places. And again, like, take heart and just continue doing what you're doing. As I said before, this would be the time. I feel like this is an energetic check-in for you. If your guides were trying to redirect you or saying anything like that, it would be coming through now. That's not what's coming through. They're just telling you to continue. Keep doing what you're doing. That's it. Okay? Just encouragement and reassurance. Yeah, I'm hearing rest easy. I'm looking at the moon, Sag, and Scorpio. I'm seeing Leo as well on the bottom of the deck. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.